And hello again, everybody. Welcome to A 10-Year-Old's Take. I'm Brad Radisi, sitting next to the 10-year-old man himself, Kevin Radisi. And we are back with another episode of A 10-Year-Old's Take, episode 8, Kevo. How about that? Okay. Well, how about this? Kevin, last night I picked you up from the airport, you and your sister Marin, hot off a trip to Walt Disney World. How was it down in Orlando?
It was crowded, and it was good.
Yeah? You had a good time?
Uh-huh.
What is your favorite ride down there at Disney World?
It was Rock and Roller Coaster, but they're gonna change that.
To the Muppets.
Like, who cares about the Muppets?
I mean, the Muppets were big when I was a kid, back in the early 2000s.
When you had, like, a flip phone.
Flip phone. They didn't even have phones there. They had the big case you had to carry around like the president's, nuclear package. But anyway, yeah, my favorite ride is Pirates of the Caribbean. I heard you guys rode it a few times.
We rode it, like, 20 times for you.
Yikes. All right. Maybe when I'm gone, you could just drop a pellet full of ashes in there.
Yeah, be like, oh, this is just a mug full of dust. And on the big drop, we'll release her.
Oh, my Folgers can. Folgers is coffee, by the way, Kev.
Yeah, I have no idea what that is.
I know you didn't. Okay, so while you were partying it up down in Orlando, me and your mom and your brother Ryan were in Tallahassee taking another one on the chin, the Seminoles losing to Pitt. And boy, a 3-game losing streak for Mike Norvell is like the staple of his career. He's dropped 3 straight games in 5 of his 6 seasons at Florida State. Kevin, only in 2023 have they not. What do you think about the Noles?
FSU's defense has been, like, horrible, but
Yeah, it has.
their offense is still third best in the country. So I think they'll bounce back against Stanford in, I don't know.
Yeah, they're out in Palo Alto, California this weekend. How about this? A 10:30 p.m. Eastern Time kickoff. I don't know how I'll be awake for that. I'm going to be down in Florida this weekend, but maybe we'll get through it. I need to drink a lot of coffee and maybe 2 to 3 Celsiuses. Doctors would not recommend that. Although you lose to Stanford, Kevin, that's Stanford, not Samford. I think Mike Norvell would be asked to pack it up and shown the door. Pretty simple there for him. He has to win this game or he's gone, right?
Yeah, this is a must-win. Pittsburgh was a must-win.
Yeah, it was.
But now, since we lost this, we're probably back ranked 50. So now this is a must-win for us. So
I hear that. Well, hey, outside of the loss, it was a fun weekend. We got to see Lizzie, Logan, Brandon, Megan. Those are not usual attendees of the tailgate. It was great to see everybody. So a fun weekend. We got to meet Lizzie and Logan's daughter, Annie, for the first time. So it was a good day. A game we picked last week, Georgia and Auburn. We both picked Georgia to win. They did. But boy, Auburn's offense, Kev, 24 points per game this year. It's the second worst scoring offense for the Tigers since 2000 when they scored 24 points per game. This current Auburn team at 24.7. Their offense is bad. They had those 2 big calls in the Oklahoma game and a couple more against Georgia, particularly the fumble at the goal line, which was awfully close. But, you can't fault Auburn too much. They started off hot, but boy, they've had a tough schedule, haven't they, Kev?
yeah, Auburn's played Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Georgia, and now Missouri. A super tough stretch.
And they'll need points against the Missouri Tigers.
I'm pretty sure almost every single one of those teams was ranked.
Oh, 100% they were, and good football teams. Auburn's schedule is, I want to say, a little lighter on the back end, but you'll see some ranked teams there, including the big Iron Bowl game. Alabama looks primed to make another run here. But, Missouri, they're still scoring more than 40 a game, 500 yards per game. Bama did humble them, though, Kevin. They only gained 325 yards against the Tide. Auburn's defense is still stout. It's going to be a close game, Auburn, Missouri. I think at Jordan-Hare, this could be finally a good luck game for the Auburn Tigers. What do you think?
I think they're cooked.
He thinks they're cooked. Okay, well, let's talk about this week's Game of the Week.
It's time now for the Game of the Week.
Well, Kev, it's the third weekend in October, and you know what that means.
Tennessee, Alabama.
That's right, Tennessee versus Alabama. You could read the sheet. I like that. Hey, no kidding aside though. Alabama's won 10 straight against Tennessee at Bryant-Denny. This game is in Tuscaloosa. That last loss coming in 2003. Tennessee, though, they bring with them some firepower. The number one offense in the country, at least the number one scoring offense, 48 plus per game. You know, they are on fire. The Vols have it dialed in, don't they?
You know, the 255 points they've scored, the most they've ever seen in their first 6 games, at least since 1933, which you remember, Dad.
Kevin, I was not born in 1933,
That's
but
impressive.
maybe I was roaming somewhere like in Ireland in a past life. You never know. But, I do know that Ty Simpson, who we saw in person against Florida State, was doubted after that game. Calls for the backup quarterback. He wasn't doing so well, but he's put it together. He's rebounded nicely. In fact, he's a top 5 passer in all of the SEC categories. He's really, really found his groove. We'll see how he does against Tennessee, who, let's face it, is a lot of offense and not a ton of defense, right?
Let's get back to the offense as Tennessee's quarterback averages around 290 yards in total offense game. That's at the top at the FBS level currently. So take that, Ty Simpson.
Yeah, Joey Aguilar, key factor in this game. How does he play in front of what's going to be a crazy, raucous Bryant-Denny crowd? One key factor, though, as we mentioned, Joey Aguilar, is Tennessee doesn't get sacked. Only 4 this season. That's tied for best in the SEC and 8th best in the FBS. Alabama's defense, let's face it, it's not a Nick Saban defense, but it's good enough. We'll see how it goes. When I saw this, Kevin, I was a little I was very impressed with Kalen DeBoer. Tell me about him versus ranked teams.
Bama's coach is 14-2 in ranked versus ranked games. He's won 3 straight against ranked opponents, which kind of surprises me.
It's a solid stat. Kalen DeBoer, who, has taken his lumps, and rightfully so, has been solid in ranked versus ranked games. Tennessee will come in ranked. They just beat Missouri. So 14-2. I'll be watching that. In fact, I'll be watching the game, Kevin, with a couple of Bammers, Jeff and Shanesty. So for that reason, and to make the night very interesting, I'm blasting Rocky Top and saying, go Vols. I'm picking Tennessee to upset Alabama under the lights. What say you?
I say Alabama winning by 7.
Alabama by 7. It's going to be a great game. It's always a great game. Tennessee and Alabama has been close the last few years, so we're excited about it.
Score prediction 31-24.
Woof, 31-24. That Bama defense cutting that offense in half for Tennessee. I'll pick it, Kevin. I'm going to pick a shootout. 44-41. Tennessee pulls it out at the end.
Yeah, I don't really like your prediction.
Okay.
Remember Tennessee, Georgia?
I remember Tennessee, Georgia. Okay, folks, that's it for a 10-year-old's take. I hope you enjoyed it. Kevin, take us home.
And that's another episode of 10-Year-Old's Takes made by Brad and your man, Kevin Ruddysee.
See you next time.